Hello. Today, I want to talk to you folks today a little bit about why I joined network marketing. I remember I spent 9 years in the military. One day, it was Christmas time, and I was sitting at the mall, tired from walking around doing the last minute Christmas shopping, when a gentleman sits next to me and he starts asking me questions like, what do you do? What do I do? That kind of thing. And I told him I was in the military and I asked him what he did. And he says, well, we have our own business. And I said, really? I said, doing what? He goes, we specialize in economic diversification. I had no idea what that meant, but it sounded interesting. So he started telling me a little bit about it, not much. And he said, listen, what are you doing Thursday night? And I said, I'm open. He says, we're having a small organizational meeting at my house, and I'd like to invite you, and maybe there may be a possibility that there may be something we can do with you there. And I said, great. So I remember that night I went to the meeting, and when I left the meeting, I understood absolutely zero. I had no idea what they were talking about. All I understood was that with this thing that he was calling network marketing, my dreams could become a reality. And this was my why, because I wanted to have my dreams become reality. I had a lot of dreams. I don't know if you folks have dreams, but dreams is the key to this thing. You have to have a dream, because a dream that's going to keep you up at night thinking about it. Because if you don't have that, you probably won't build it. So anyway, I said, okay. And then the gentleman didn't really teach me a lot because he didn't really know a lot. He was new to the industry, and I really didn't have any kind of support. And, back then I didn't really know what anything was. But 3 years had passed, and I had not made a dime. But I still had it in my mind that this was going to be the way to get me, to realize my dreams. So I decided that I was going to leave the military. And everybody thought I was crazy. They said, what is wrong with you? You're going to leave the military? You have 9 years. In 20 years, you can retire with a pension for the rest of your life. I said, but you know what? I believe your ability, to perform, whether you do it in the military, you do it out well, elsewhere, is going to determine what you're going to get. So I left the military. I had to get a job because I wasn't making any money in network marketing. So I got a job selling for a large insurance company, life insurance. And I remember moving up north where there was snow and everything, knocking on doors, prospecting for people who would buy life insurance. And I remember my boss calling me in one day. And he says, Tom, I'm going to have to let you go. You've been here 6 months and you haven't sold a policy. And I said, but I have. I've sold one. And he said, well, to yourself, it doesn't count. So that was the end of my insurance business. So I didn't know what I was going to do. So I started going from job to job to job to job. I found myself in Houston, Texas, working at a hose manufacturing company, sweeping the floors. But I was listening to, back in those days we had cassettes, listening to cassettes about successful network marketers, listening to their stories. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. Now remember, when you push a broom at a factory, you don't make a lot of money. And I remember having this old pickup truck. It was a diesel pickup truck, a small one, and it used more oil than gasoline. And I had one suit in my closet. It was a gray polyester with bell bottoms, that era had already passed. I don't think polyester was ever in style. And I said, you know what? I don't have any money for advertising or none of that stuff. I'm going to go to the mall and do what this guy that brought me into the business do. So I would go out talking to people at the mall, and I said, I have this dream of one day doing some great stuff, and I'm looking for some people that want to join me. And some people would just kind of keep walking by. Some people would say, no, thank you. Every once in a while they would say, well, how many people do you have? And I would say, well, if you join, there'll be two of us. And they would laugh and they keep going. And I kept going on and on. And and then one day somebody said, I have those same kind of dreams. And I said, if I found one, I'll find another one. I was speaking to a good friend of mine the other day, and he says, this whole thing, Tom, starts with a dream. And I keep referring back to that because that's very, very important, a dream. And, I know that I've been doing this 40 years, and I have heard a lot of different things. Well, our generation is different, and these people here are different, and they think different ways, and, on and on and on and on. I was reading something the other day. Said, you know what? All we need is 6 people to be successful. That's all we need, period. We need 6 people. And I was reading where the millennials are about the size of group as the baby boomers, and the millennials, they do everything with texting, and 44% of millennials, they don't believe in the free enterprise. I don't care. I just need 6 people. And they say, well, the baby boomers, they're older people now. Most of them are retired. They just want to, just retire. I don't care. I just need 6 people. So have that in mind. All you need is 6 people. You don't need everybody. Well, people nowadays, and I'm not going to get into this on this video, but there's a lot of different ways on prospecting, and I know that there's social media and all this other stuff, and so we're going to explore all those different things. But the key is, you need to sit down and write your why. Why you're going to do this? Why? I remember looking back at it now, after my organization started growing and things changed. My kids would go to school, and they would ask them, what does your dad do? And they said, I don't know, but he's always home. And that's because this business offers us freedom, absolute freedom. And freedom has 2 components, time and money. And we have a system to teach you how to get that freedom. Are you willing to learn? Until next time, thank you very much.